It's the return of Hanoi Rocks from their 12 Shots on the Rocks. That is What You Want. Some good stuff there from Michael Monroe and company. And just remind you that Chris did a good interview with
Michael
from Hanoi Rocks.
Yeah, it was a good interview. It was good to speak to him. You know, I am somewhat of a fan, so it was definitely cool to talk to him.
Yeah, that was a good comeback record for them. I remember when that came out. Boy, that's already been 15 years, I think.
Yeah.
And
dude, new record's real good. That One Man Gang, it's pretty good.
I haven't had a chance to listen to that yet.
It's a good listen.
But Michael Monroe, very talented guy. And, you know, Hanoi Rocks, they influenced so many bands. They influenced, obviously, Guns N' Roses is one of their biggest, you know, people who took influence from them, as well as LA Guns.
Sure.
And, you know, they have a legacy. And, you know, again, we talked about that earlier in the show, that their career was cut short as Hanoi Rocks, you know, through the death of their drummer. And, you know, Motley Crue responsible for the death of Hanoi Rocks as a band. Yeah,
pretty much. They went right away right after that. So, yeah, I'd say so.
So, anyway, good record there. If you know, haven't discovered Hanoi Rocks and, you know, aren't familiar with their back catalog at all, if you want to discover something that they did on their comeback, check that 12 Shots on the Rocks. It's a really solid record.
Yeah, it's a good one. Definitely worth hearing.
Absolutely. All right, well, we got a little less than an hour to go.
All right.
So I'm going to hit you with some more shock and outrage.
All right.
Something happened here in the Chicagoland area recently.
All right.
A board of a trustees meeting in the village of Oak Park took an ugly turn on Monday night when one elected official went on a tirade against several of her colleagues for daring to give input on updates to the town's equity, diversity, because that is our strength, and inclusion statement.
Okay.
Trustee Susan Buchanan, Susan Buchanan, came unglued after another trustee, Don Morney, suggested defining what it means to break down systems of oppression as part of the language in the proposed new version of Oak Park's diversity statement. Can you believe that these towns are spending this much time on this nonsense?
You need to have a diversity statement?
They need to have a diversity statement.
All right. I don't want you to say the name of the town you live in, but you live in a town, right?
A small community, yes.
All right. Roughly how many people live in your town?
I'm going to say it's maybe... in the whole community?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I'm going to say 10,000 maybe?
Okay. So you have like a mayor and a city council and all that other shit, right? City hall.
Yeah, they're up for election here in a couple weeks.
Okay, but I mean, you have all that, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Can you name, or it doesn't even have to be word for word, just kind of semi-recite one bylaw from your town?
I can't.
Do you know, does your town have its own flag?
Not that I'm aware of.
Does it have its own song, flower, anything of representation that you're aware of?
The only thing that I'm aware of that represents this town would be popcorn.
So ultimately, like everybody else in every other town, except for the fucking wackos that go to every stupid city council meeting, you don't know dick about your town.
Not into that intricate details, no.
So the last thing in the world that's ever going to happen is that you're going to go to City Hall so that you can learn how to fucking enjoy diversity in your town.
Well, I'm going to tell you what this is all about.
Okay.
This is about lawsuits.
Okay.
This is the fear that a lot of these little municipalities live with, that somebody is going to get their nose out of joint about one small thing, and they'll have a diversity statement on record saying, yeah, we don't, we oppose that type of thing.
They violated the town's policy.
Exactly. So rather than get sued by somebody who is a social justice type person, they can say, yeah, we have a statement that covers that.
Do you think they have a statement on if you fall off a curb?
It could be. That's the thing with, and I'm going to refer to our friend Sal because I think that he has a little insight on the lawyerly part. But everything is a tort these days.
True.
Every fucking thing. You looked at me funny. Well, we have a policy about people who look at you funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what these little towns and municipalities are trying to protect themselves from, is that, yeah, we have a policy against blah, blah, blah. And even in business, even in my business, we've had to update our quote-unquote terms and conditions. And if you use PayPal, if you use YouTube, if you use anything that is a service-oriented thing, every other month there's an update to the terms and conditions. And that's what this is. This is an update to the town's terms and conditions. Well, in order to live here, you need to, yada, yada, yada. And then if somebody goes, I'm suing you for this or that, and they go, well, we enforce this policy of yada, 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 and and that's where we're at, unfortunately.
How many more days until I die?
But that's really what it boils down to. It really has less to do with the whole social justice thing. As much as it is about guarding against it.
Right.
The neighbor so-and-so, their dog did this, that, and the other, and I'm suing the town because they allowed that to go on. Well, actually, they're in violation of our policy because their dog shouldn't be allowed, so we're going to fine that neighbor for doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fantastic. I wonder, it's like, dude, I'll share something about my town this week that just is so fucking infuriating. And again, it all goes back to my simple statement of people suck.
They do.
Everywhere. They fucking suck. It's not like this is limited to outskirts and we're just reading news about it. It hits right at home. So the bar that I always go to, or I go to most of the time, is this bar called Sassy's.
I mean, a filthy bar where you get sick from?
Yeah, my filthy bar that I get sick from. Because it's a dirty bar, and I know what it is.
Now, do they have terms and conditions about the filthiness of the bar that causes you to pick up some kind of a virus?
Maybe there is, and I just haven't read it. I mean, it could very well be. But check this out.
Okay.
So I don't know exactly what it was for, but I think somebody died or something, and they had a day out at the bar to raise money for whatever it would be, whether it's medical expenses or family bills or whatever.
Cover the burial expenses or whatever.
Whatever the fuck it was. I don't even know what it was. And I didn't go, so it's not like I was invested in it per se. But I see on Fuckbook this huge fucking swell of people complaining because this bar did like an outside thing. Okay. It was a day thing.
Okay.
It was not at night. It was a day thing. Like they kind of roped off their parking lot, their piece of the parking lot there.
Yeah.
And turned it into a day thing with like outside food.
They turned it into like almost a beer garden thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And they had food and drinks and they had a band playing and you know, turned it into a come on out, have a drink, eat a hot dog, donate some money to this cause. Whatever the cause.
All right. Fair enough.
No less than fucking 30 fucking cocksucking faggot fucking people complaining about this shit.
Why? Because they were inconvenienced because one of the entrances into the plaza was blocked due to No?
Because it was too loud, and where I live we could hear it. I shouldn't have to put up with that loud noise and loud music in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
How about this? Get yourself a better job so you're not living in the broke dick apartments of Twinsburg.
Right.
And then you can live in a house that didn't have to hear it. Until then, you're living next to a bar that plays live music. It was the middle of the fucking day. Mm-hmm. Shut up!
And I'm assuming it was on a weekend as well, right?
It's like a Saturday day.
Okay.
Or Sunday day.
I get it.
But it was day. Like legit, not even like 5 o'clock. I'm talking day. Like noon. Noon to 6 or some shit like that. And people complaining, it was too loud and it interfered with my day.
Okay.
Shut up. I just want to fucking hit these people with a car.
Yeah.
Just run them over and see if my engine's too loud as it goes over their fucking head.
Yeah. Well, there's a Mexican restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, boy, I want to say it's maybe an eighth of a mile from where I live.
Yeah.
And on Cinco de Mayo, which is typically, your 5th of May, whatever that celebration is, I don't know why people celebrate Cinco de Mayo here, but regardless, it's just a reason to drink.
Yeah, of course.
And they have an outdoor Cinco de Mayo celebration.
Okay.
Well, an eighth of a mile away, I can hear the Mexican music being played because they do the whole same thing. They rope out off the outside area of the parking lot, and it's an outdoor thing, and they sell their burritos and tacos and margaritas and all that shit.
Right.
Never bothered me once.
I mean, you didn't call the authorities immediately?
I could hear it. I knew it was going on, but did I care? No.
Well, even if it is disturbing, you put up with it.
Yeah, it's just for a few hours. Big deal.
Who cares? Go do something. Get in your car and go to the movies. If it's so fucking distracting, go to the library. It's quiet there. Go there. The library's open. Go to the fucking library. Go to a friend's house. Make a friend. Go there.
Yeah.
Just stop whining about every fucking thing. Sometimes the world's not only about you, you fucking jizzball. I hate fucking society. I hate it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna backtrack to something here that's, I don't know if you can make this related or not.
Okay.
So before the show tonight, I thought, yeah, I kind of want to get in kind of a good mood. I want to, be relaxed. I want to have fun. Mm-hmm. So one of my favorite movies of all time,
okay,
which I just think is a funny movie and it's just clever and whatnot, is My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah, good movie.
Good movie. Joe Pesci, Fred Gwynn, of course, Marissa Tomei.
Isn't Ralph Macchio in that?
Yeah, Ralph Macchio's in it as well. Mm-hmm. Just a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's an old movie. Came out in 92. So, it's already 20, I hate to say this, but it's already 27 years old.
Jeez, oh man.
Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
But it's still a fun movie to watch.
Sure, of course.
And as hot as Marissa is in this movie, and she's a hot chick.
Yeah, she is hot.
I mean, even with some years on her, even today, she's still a pretty good she's a pretty good bang.
Yeah, she kept the gloss on the car, even though there's moss on
she
it.
still looks pretty good.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm watching this movie because I enjoy this movie, and something occurred to me while I'm watching this movie.
Okay.
And even this goddamn show that we do for free, kicked in.
Okay.
Near the end of the movie, now, mind you, you take all the facts into consideration. This Joe Pesci's nephew is on the line for murder.
Right.
He's an inexperienced attorney trying to figure out a way to get his nephew, from being convicted of murder that he didn't do, obviously.
Right.
He's doing everything he can. He's under pressure. It's a family member. It's his livelihood that's on the line. It's the life of a young man on the line.
Right.
He's in a strange place. This guy's from Brooklyn, New York. His nephew is being held incarcerated down in Alabama. And he's doing the best he can with what he's got.
Okay.
So what happens near the end of the movie? This Marissa takes an attitude with him.
Right.
And causes him an issue near the end of the movie. He's doing all he can to figure out how to get his nephew off of these murder charges. And she's giving him attitude.
Right.
The whole time. And he's asking her, hey, listen, I need your help. I need you to come into the courtroom. I need you to testify, give your best information you know about vehicles. And she's sitting there giving him attitude, screaming and kicking and hollering. And when he's trying to, question her on the witness stand, she's like turning away from him and all this. It's like, my fucking nephew's on the line here. Yeah. I'm trying to do a job here. Can't you just put your emotions to the side for a second? Oh, well, you think I'm hostile now. You just wait till I see you later tonight.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you fucking bitch. As much as hot as you are, and as much as I might enjoy you, I think I'd put a shotgun to your head about right now. It's the same way with the neighbors. I hear the Mexican music playing at the taco stand down the road. You know what? I'll put a shotgun to your head right now, too.
Yeah,
you're worthless. Get out of here.
Yeah. Stop worrying. Stop thinking the world revolves around you. We all have to put up with some bullshit here and there.
Yeah. So as much as I enjoyed that movie, I wanted to kill Marissa Tomei more than anything. It's like, you might be a hot piece of ass and all, but because you're causing me an issue, especially when I'm really struggling here, you deserve to die. Sorry, but I'm trying my best here to do what I can with what I got. And what are you doing for me? Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
You're a fucking piece of shit.
Yep. Look at you getting all fucking angry now.
I know, but watching that movie, I just realized that, you know what? What good are you?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
You realize we're getting to the point now where the only movies you can watch are like Schindler's List. because there's nothing that can, the whole premise is so offensive that nothing in the weaving of the script is offensive. The whole premise of sneak people out or they're going to get fucking gassed and murdered. You basically can't be offended by watching Schindler's List anymore. That's about it. Everything else has a problem. Everything else is a problem. It's like, what the fuck? You can't watch anything anymore.
Yeah. Well, you know what the thing is that it all boils down to emotions, doesn't it?
It does.
Everything is emotions. It's just like, it's not facts. It's just, this is how I feel about this. Who cares? Your feelings will heal. Trust me.
Yeah. How about just do any amount of self-examination and say, man, I should really not be being such a pussy.
Yeah.
I really shouldn't be bothered this much because I hear fucking way in the distance, I hear some fucking maracas and some Mexican music playing. I really shouldn't care that fucking much. I'm going to turn my TV up. Boop. That's it. Just turn your fucking TV up. Put your headphones on. Deal with it. Jizz balls.
It's inconveniencing me.
It's too bad. Too bad. You're not the fucking center of the universe. Your fucking complaining is inconveniencing me. We'll call that a dead heat. So go fuck yourself.
All right. Well, getting back to the story.
Okay.
Mr. Morney used the examples that the local police department had recently been accused by some in the community of being a system of oppression. Mm-hmm. And he would therefore hesitate to send the message to our police department that they are a system of oppression.
Boy.
Moroni went on to note that it was important to define such terms because someone in the local newspaper had recently said racial equity could be achieved by way of wealth redistribution through social policies. There's not something in there. That's not something I'm in favor of, Moroni emphasized, adding that the capitalism would actually lead to greater equity. Mm-hmm. So basically, it's we got to give these people something to make them equal. And it's like, yeah, no, you got to go out and earn it.
Here's my question, and this topic always comes up, but we never really dig deep into this. I want to talk about this wealth redistribution. If there comes a time when it gets to be a ridiculous amount of wealth distribution, will you continue to work?
Why would I? What's the incentive for me to continue to work if I've just got to give everything away?
Or would I'd rather just live off the tit?
Yeah. Why don't I just be the recipient of the wealth redistribution?
And let's be real honest here. You know what it's going to create? And I know as a guy myself, I know this would be me. It's going to create crime.
Of course.
Because I am absolutely going to start robbing people. I'm going to go fucking all gangster.
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't you?
You know, I'm going to fucking I would have to. Because I'm not going to be broke. And I'm not going to be living on the tip, but I'm not going to give away all my earnings. I would absolutely become a fucking criminal. You know, how do they not see this? Do they think that most people are just going to lay down and say, here, take 90% of my fucking check? You know, is that what they really think is going to happen?
Well, that's the same thing with government-run health care. They want to dictate what doctors can make and what people in the healthcare system can make. And it's just like, well, if I'm a doctor and, you know, the cap is, let's just throw a number out there, $100,000. Mm-hmm. Why would I be a doctor?
Yeah, exactly. I'll be an engineer and make more.
Yeah. It's like, why bother? I'm not going to bother with that. Fuck that.
Yeah, school and with a whole lot less fucking emotion. The reason you become a doctor is to get wealthy. Very few actually become a doctor so that they could fucking save people and follow their Hippocratic oath and all that shit. Nobody's doing that. People become doctors for one reason and one reason only: coin.
Yeah.
That's it. Because even if you're a bad doctor, if you're a bad family doctor in a small town, you're still pulling a good 6-figure salary. You know, you're just going to. You're going to make good coin as a low-level doctor. So, you know, that is the entire reason that you would become a doctor. It's just to make money. So that you can go on boat trips and fucking fuck supermodels instead of fucking trailer park chicks.
Same way with lawyers. A lot of lawyers, they don't go out there for humanitarian I'm going to become a lawyer because I'm going to stand up for social justice. It's like, no, I'm going to open up a law practice and hopefully I'll pull down $250,000 a year.
There's a reason that every person that starts in a city, as a prosecutor, ends up fucking jumping to the other side. Because they really don't give a shit about justice. They just care about their own coin. I can work in the fucking city as a prosecutor for $70,000 a year, or I can do that for 3 years and I can go work at some attorney, some law firm as an attorney,
or
for $200,000
junior partner or whatever, and knock down $250,000 a year, and just for writing up some briefs and defending a few cases.
Yeah, I can work in a shitty city hall, or I can work in a place that's all fucking laid out in marble. Fuck yeah, I'm going there. I'm going to get a big desk instead of something that came out of the fucking storage unit. I mean, honestly, you ever notice that all prosecutors end up leaving and becoming defense attorneys?
Of course they do.
Not nobody, but almost nobody stays as a prosecutor for 40 fucking years. They just don't do that. If they don't see that they're going to become the district attorney of their whatever state or county or whatever, they fucking leave. They get the fuck out of there and go make their money. That's what it's about. That's what being a doctor is about, making your fucking coin. Believe me, my doctor that put me back together when I was a burned up charcoal piece of meat, I genuinely believe that he gives a shit. I do. I mean, I've had enough conversations with him to really truly believe he gives a shit. But I guarantee if he was making $40,000 a year, he would not have been solving burn patient problems.
Of course not. I mean, it's a work of passion, but the passion is also driven by the rewards he receives from his skill and time.
Yeah, and you know what? That handshake that I gave him and that copy of my book, I'm quite sure that doesn't mean dick compared to that $10,000 a week paycheck that he pulls down. I guarantee that. It's like, Jesus, wake up, you fucking clueless rubes that think you're going to just redistribute the wealth and nobody's going to fucking change how they interact. We're all going to change how I work myself to the bone, 18 hours a day, providing jobs and making bank, but I do it to make bank. I hate fucking doing websites. I fucking hate it. I don't like building websites, and to be real honest, not that big of a pinball fan, or video game fan. I don't play a lot of video games and pinball, but I like to make money. That's what I like to do, and I like to sit on my fucking couch instead of sitting in a cubicle. That's why I do it. You start taking my money away from me, fuck you. I'm still going to sit on that couch. Just going to do it and take your check. Fuck you, you fucking communist cocksuckers.
Yeah, I don't enjoy driving 100 miles round trip every day.
Yeah.
But I do it.
Yeah.
Not because of the common good or because I think I'm benefiting the community. It's just, hey, what did I get in my bank account this week?
I know you like your job.
I do. I enjoy the job because, it's right up my alley and it's within my expertise. It's within my wheelhouse. But I also make a good living at it. If I was making $40,000 a year doing what I do now, I wouldn't do it.
You'd still be looking for a gig.
I would.
And if you got offered tomorrow, double what you make now. Double your commissions and double your base. I guarantee you're going to be like, see ya.
Yeah, I'd be out of there in a minute. Bye.
You guys are really nice people. I hope you do well, but bye.
Yeah, I appreciated the opportunity, but this opportunity has come along, and I'm out of here.
Because in the end, nobody's loyal to anybody. The business is never loyal to you, so why would you be loyal to the business?
That's how it works.
You're fucking out for yourself. So fuck you with your wealth redistribution, because my only loyalty continues to be for myself. And if I can have an easier run, I'm going to take it.
Well, I've told you before, if some offer were to come, I like the city of Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And if an offer were to come that was lucrative for me and it was in Pittsburgh, I would not hesitate to say, I'm out of here next week. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah. Dude, if we, let's just say fantasy world here, if Chuck E. Cheese came into Pinball PA and said, we're going to give you X number of $1 million. We're going to buy your inventory. We're going to buy your records and all your client lists and all that other shit. We're just going to buy Pinball PA from you. Here's X amount of money. Let's say $5 million. Do you think for 1 second that one more day of Aiken IT will survive?
No, absolutely not. You'd say, all right, stroke me a check. Here's all the shit. I'm out of here. I'm going to the Bahamas.
Yeah, I would be, but I'd be out of both. If Pinball PA sold, Aiken IT is closed.
Yeah, of course.
I'm done. I'm sitting on a beach writing books.
I'm sure you would ask your son maybe, hey, do you want this?
Yeah. Oh, I would absolutely give it to him for $1.
Yeah.
Hey, it's $1. Hire your brother. I'm out.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
I mean, it just doesn't make, this whole redistribution makes no sense.
Well, that's the Obama thought process.
Hey, well, that fucking piece of shit's been out for a while, and we're still talking about this.
Well, because that people live in a fantasy world that, we got to take care of the underprivileged. We have to take care. We got to take care. Well, look at California. Look at the mess they're in because they have to take care of everybody. Look at the fucking mess they're in L.A. and San Francisco.
There's a simple truth to being taken care of. And this goes for people that really, really need to be taken care of and for people that don't necessarily really, really need to be taken care of. But it is a true statement. Once you are taken care of, you stop trying to take care of yourself. That's just a fact.
That is true.
Once you are taken care of, then you stop trying yourself.
Of course.
So if you're going to fucking, the more people that you take care of, the less people are going to try to do better. It's failure logic. That's what distribution of wealth is failure logic. Making it okay to fail. Making it okay not to fucking achieve anything. Making it okay to not push yourself to be the best you that you can be. And I know now I sound like a fucking Tony Robbins book, but I mean, that is the truth.
Yeah.
That is just the truth now. It's like, what the fuck? I can't imagine a day that I would not try to accomplish something. I don't have, I've said this before on the show. I work 7 days a week, and every single day I'm trying to fucking get ahead of something, like example, today I built that Roku app. It's not something I've been working on. It's not something that I had an idea and a plan and whatever. I quite literally woke up this morning, and I'm kind of at a tweener point with all of my web work stuff right now. I'm waiting for changes and shit to come back. So and even with the book, I'm waiting for John to get me back the corrections so I can finalize. So literally all my main projects right now are in the middle of, I'm in a holding pattern. So did I sit at home and watch TV today? I'm not going to say I didn't do any of that. I watched El Camino and I watched a little bit of some other shit, but I built a Roku app. I went to the web, found a site that does it, logged in, watched the YouTube videos, and followed along, and fucking literally was pressing YouTube. Now press X. Pause. Then I'd go to the screen, press X, then unpause, and do that. I'm always driven to do something else, to learn something else, to do something better, to do something more. Me and you could easily let this show just be what it is. We could not have the chat room. We could have Pal Talk, and we could have a one-page fucking website that just says, hey, here it is. Listen on Saturday. And, we could both be using over-the-head mics and whatever. But we never do that. And that's just me and you on something that's not even important. I mean, we put a lot of pride into the show, but in the end, it doesn't affect our lives at all.
Not at all.
You know, it doesn't affect our lives at all. But we're both kind of driven to, well, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. If we're going to do video, we're going to do it right. If we're going to do, you know, I'm sitting here under this light up here, this gigantic fucking studio light. And I have this ring light that's in my face over here. And I have this green screen behind me because I bought more shit and kept investing more shit and more shit and more shit because I wanted the video to look right. I'm still not happy with the video. I'm still trying to make it better. And you constantly are with the sound shit. You're constantly looking at BSW and you're looking for new mics or new sound or new ways to better compress the audio or whatnot. There's a drive, and that drive comes from our generation, how we were raised. This next generation that wants everything for free, they don't have that drive. They don't understand wanting to be better, to do more. You know, I am fascinated when I talk to millennials and they're just like, well, I just got to find a job. I'm like, well, what are you going to do for your life? Well, I don't know. I'm going to get a job and I'm going to do whatever I got to do.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck? I had more ideas than that. You know, I mean, admittedly, I was at 17 years old. I'm in the fucking military.
Yeah.
Defending the country, for fuck's sake. Well, I'm going to go get a job and, you know, maybe I can afford to go buy my comic books or my video games at the end of the week.
Maybe if I find something that's good enough to get by.
Yeah. Who wants to just get by? Dude, I've lived that life. It ain't fun.
No.
That's a terrible existence.
Well, the thing that I was brought up with as a younger person, even to this day, it's 3 words. Obsessed with quality.
Yeah.
You're obsessed with quality. That's obsessed with quality in your work, obsessed with quality in life, obsessed with quality in everything that you do.
Yeah. Try to be. You know. I just don't understand. And maybe that's why I hate these fucking people so much. Because I can't understand their process, their logic. I can't, it doesn't compute to me. It literally, when I hear people saying shit like you're reading about fucking, we need to have the government telling everybody what they can say. It's like, how did you get so weak that you can't control what you say or what you feel or what you do or where you do it or how you do it? You know, it's like, what the fuck? Remember when you used to live in an apartment and what was the thought? Man, I got to get a better job.
Yeah.
When you lived in it, wasn't that your thought when you lived in an apartment? I got to get a better job so I can get the fuck out of here.
Pretty much.
You know, that was always the thought. I mean, that was my thought when I was in an apartment, and I used to every fucking night listen to this guy fuck his girlfriend. And it was like every fucking night. And the girlfriend was hot as fuck. She was hot, which made it even more crazy to sit there and just listen to him just banging the living tar out the bottom of this chick. And I remember laying in bed at 11, 12 o'clock at night listening to this fucking dude fucking the shit out of his chick and thinking, I have got to make more money.
Yeah, that sounds like a Michael J. Fox movie.
Dude, it's just the truth.
I get you.
I just don't understand today's culture. I don't want to only blame millennials because it's a lot of people our age too.
True.
You know, a lot of people our age, they've just kind of, I don't know, given up. They just like, all right, well, here I am. 42 grand a year. I'm stoked. I can afford my apartment and groceries this month. It's like, fuck that. Who wants to live like that?
Yeah. Good enough to get by.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, I've seen it. Seen a lot of it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, well, to finish up the story here.
Right.
Maroney went on to note that it was important to define such terms because someone in the local newspaper recently said racial equity could be achieved by way of wealth redistribution through socialist policies. That's not something I'm in favor of, Maroney emphasized, adding that capitalism would actually lead to greater equity. Buchanan criticized Maroney for being up the police and Buchanan criticized Maroney for bringing up the police and capitalism when another male trustee stepped in delicately to try to assist in working out language, here we go, that would satisfy all parties. So it really doesn't matter what the end result is as long as somebody isn't affected by their words.
Yeah, that's good.
Buchanan had heard enough. I am so tired of hearing two white men tell us what systems of oppression are, she said to applause from the audience. You have been white from birth, she told the two. Why are you arguing what a system of oppression is? You've never experienced it, so shut up. I don't want to hear from you. Just stop, Dan. Just stop, Deno. You are not oppressed people, and people in Oak Park are, and we are trying to recognize that as a community.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're white. She continued, this mayor and this board is obviously not willing to face history. We have a chance to make history. It is time for a community to face equity. Enough! Then pointing fingers at the men directly, she said, and you stop it. You're a white male. You stop it. You're a white male.
Yeah, pal.
According to West Cook News, Buchanan even turned her ire to Mayor Anu Abu Talab, a Palestinian immigrant, pointing at him and telling him, your skin is light enough, so stop it.
Oh, brother. Jesus.
The full video can see blah, 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 yada, yada, yada.
Obsessed much? Jesus Christ, really?
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you a story just via the text.
Okay.
I'm going to text it to you through the Skype.
Okay. All right, let's see.
Can you read it? Ah! That's absolutely true.
That's funny. That is funny. Too good.
Yep. So I have some personal connection there.
Yeah.
So just seeing that alone was just like, yeah, I'm aware. But, yeah, so your skin color has everything to do with it.
Right.
You're white, so shut up. You know nothing about oppression.
Yeah, pal.
Even if you're a Palestinian, you know nothing about oppression.
That's right.
So this is how our town council people were conducting themselves as well.
Yeah. Great. Ugh, just horrible.
When did this become a thing?
I don't know. Boy, I'm getting killed in the chat room. Ohio Grown says I'm a hypocrite.
For what? Okay. For what?
Because I said I don't give a shit about anybody else, but you know, my only person that I care about is fucking doing better than I did yesterday, which is true.
So what's wrong with that?
I'm full of shit because I'm whining about it on the radio show. I'm on my soapbox.
How are you whining about it?
Apparently because I get pissed off yelling about these fucking dumb people.
Yeah, but at least you're stepping up to say, you know what? Don't care.
I am saying that.
I'll continue doing the best I can for myself. Yeah. I'm not worried about your political correctness and your diversity and your inclusion and all this other bullshit.
Yeah, well, as I just said, I'm not on anybody's soapbox. You're listening to my phone call.
Exactly. You don't have to listen. If you disagree with anything that you've heard here tonight, you're entitled to your own thoughts.
Just don't listen.
Yeah, or you go, I listen to the show. I think it's funny or entertaining, but I don't agree with everything. It's like, okay, cool. Glad to know that you have your own thoughts.
Yeah. If I cared, I would change. And I'm never changing. You know, if I changed all the things people bitch about, whether it's me swearing all the time or me, going crazy about different topics or whatnot, then you would have some right to say that I'm fucking, that I'm concerned about what other people say. But I'm not. I don't care. I really, whatever. My life just goes on.
It does. It really does. Life goes on.
And thankfully it goes on without... Thankfully, I've built a world where I don't have to deal with too many fucking people.
True.
It makes it a whole lot better. I mean, the bulk, and this is probably rare for most people's lives, but I would think that it is very rare that 80 to 90% of the people that I interact with in any given day are close friends or family. I would think that most people are the other way, are like 80-20, where most of the people that they deal with are work people or just people that they, meet at the grocery store or the,
through business interaction or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And I have my life built so that it's just not that way. Dude, I've got my life built to the point now that I actually can't fucking give you an example. I get frustrated with people that have no reason to be fucking frustrated with. So I went over to Walmart to pick up my groceries on Tuesday, I guess it was.
Okay, so you did the app.
I did the app, and I have them bring it to me. I just went and got it because, truth be told, I just needed to get out of the house.
What? You left the house? You didn't have them bring it to the door?
No, I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I probably do need to get out of the fucking house for a minute.
Right.
So I go to the place, and you haven't seen how this works, but the way it works is they've got these parking spaces set up. And you go there, and it's all through GPS, so it knows that you're sitting there and what parking space you're in and all this shit, right?
All right.
And they come out with like a little cart with all your food on it.
Okay.
And they come up to your window, and they say, hi, what's your last name? We have these substitutions in what you ordered if you have anything that just was out of stock or whatever. And they give you they tell you what your substitutions are. And then they go and load your truck or your trunk, and then you're done, right? So the guy comes up, nice kid, 20 whatever, 22, 23-year-old, young kid, pleasant, polite. He comes up to my window and he's like, hey, just wanted to show you, here's your substitute. And I immediately stopped him. I was like, dude, I'm sure you got it all right. I don't care. I don't look at any of these fucking substitutions. None of them. I'm just like, whatever, fine. So he goes, okay, well, I need you to sign. And I immediately start getting annoyed because he's still bothering me instead of loading my fucking trunk. But I take the little thing and I sign it with my finger and I give it back to him. I say, okay, cool. So he goes to the back. Starts loading up my trunk. Then he comes back to my window, which I've already rolled up because I'm done talking to him.
I'm done with you. I put my blockade up between you and I.
Exactly. So I roll my window back down. And, he knocks on the window. I wasn't even paying attention. I was fucking around with my phone and did not see him come up. Knocks on my window. And I roll down my window, and he goes, "Do you want the bread or any of the other fragiles up here in the?" And I was like, "No. Otherwise, I would have told you that." Roll the window back up. He walks back to the car, to the trunk, continues loading my shit up. I'm just waiting for the trunk to slam so I could pull the fuck out. Comes back up to my window, knocks on the window again. I roll down the window again. And he's like, "You're all set, sir. Is there anything else I can do for you?" And I literally said to him, "Not unless you've got more groceries to put in my trunk." And he just looked at me and he goes, "Have a nice day." And I know under his breath he was thinking, what a fucking cocksucker that guy was. But he went, he closed my trunk, and I fucking got the fuck out of there. I was so annoyed to deal with this guy for literal time from the time he came up the first time till the end. Couldn't have been 3 minutes. And I was annoyed with the 3 minutes that I had to spend going back and forth with this guy. Because I just didn't want to talk to him anymore. I just didn't. That's where I'm at now. I just don't want to deal with anybody about anything anymore. I just want to be left the fuck alone, do my shit, sell my books, write my books, sell a website here or there, have a couple people come out and play fucking pinball so that I can get paid, and done. I don't even want to see the people anymore. Dude, I'm to the point now, the guys always send me pictures when we're crowded at Pinball PA.
Yeah.
And I look at the fucking pictures because I don't want to see people having fun. I really don't care. Just play your goddamn games and send me my money. That's where I'm at now. I just don't like society.
I hear you.
Ugh, people.
Too funny.
And on that note, we'll be out on the 26th meeting all the people.
Well, there will be alcohol involved.
Probably not. Not during the day, you think?
Well, you never know.
I hope not. That could be a bad problem for us.
True.
I'm not going to drink at Joe's thing. I definitely will drink after, but I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to drink during the broadcast.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it cool for a while.
For a while. Funny.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. Well, it's been a fun show. It's been a fast show, as always.
Of course.
Appreciate everybody who's tuned in and all that kind of stuff. And I think the only way to end the show tonight is something from Erase the Slate.
All right.
I can't change the world.
That's right.
Well, we're going to get out of here. We will not be live next week. So you...
Are we going to record or not?
Well, we can. I'm around all week.
All right.
So if you have time, we'll knock one out. But if not, we won't.
I'll tell everybody this. Look at the social media either Wednesday or Thursday. I will state on the social media if there's going to be a show or not. Because I'm not positive. I should have time because like I said, I'm between things. But if everything crashes on my head on Monday, then I might not be between things. But we'll make that work.
All right, whatever. If you might get a pre-record, you might not.
We're going to try to get you guys a show. How's that? We'll see.
But nevertheless, for those of you who are in the Akron-Cleveland area or those who want to travel, Chris and I will be at the Tom Kiefer show next Saturday.
That's right. Correct.
Did you say that is at the Goodyear Center?
Yeah, the Akron Goodyear Theater.
Akron Goodyear Theater. Tom Kiefer a week from tonight.
Tom Kiefer, Enough's Enough, and the Billy Morris Band.
All right, we'll be seeing some all good friends.
Yes.
Good to see our good friend Chip and our good friend Billy and Say hello to Tom.
Yep, and thank you once again to our good friend Randy Earhart for taking care of us.
Nice. All right, so those of you who want a live show, you're not going to get it, so fuck off.
That's right.
All right, well, we're going to get out of here. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. We're going to do a broadcast 2 weeks from now from the Raining Rock.
Right.
We're gonna record that show through the day. So if you're in Akron, Cleveland area on Saturday, 2 weeks from today, come out to the Raining Rock art display, and we'll be there as well.
Yes, sir.
So I will be doing some traveling, so you lazy fucks can do some, get out of the house too.
Right. There you go.
All right. We're going to leave you with some Dokken from A Racist Slate. Change the world. So until 3 weeks from now, this is Neeley along with my very good friend
Chris Hagen.
We're gone.
Bye, kids.
Hi, this is Don Dokken. You're tuned into the Classic Metal Show, the hardest rockin' show on the dial. Keep rockin' with Dokken.